Neoguri intensifies into a typhoon, category 1 typhoon, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. And right now it's positioned 25.5 degrees north, 158.0 degrees east, and expected to intensify into a significant typhoon, possibly category 4, at least category 3, but we cannot rule out that it's going to intensify into a category 4 typhoon as well. And you can see an eye-like feature already appearing on the storm, and a banding feature as well, which is feeding the storm. So the typhoon is looking quite healthy and expected to remain that with that aspect really healthy and intense, at least for the next 36 to 48 hours. And the current conditions for, or the status of this typhoon, it has 75 miles per hour sustained winds on its center, with a pressure of 989 millibars, moving to the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour, and it's going to gradually move to the northwest as it progresses, and then the typical curve to the northeast, as you can see on this track forecast issued by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. And the peak intensity is expected to occur between the September 21st and the September 22nd. So this is so it's going to be at least for the next 36 hours, possibly, when we are going to see the peak intensity of this typhoon. And right now the storm is located about 700 miles to the northwest of Wake Island, a territory of the USA, and 986 miles to the east of Ogasawara, the island of Iwoto, Japan. And as you can see, there's no land areas nearby the track or even the forecast for this typhoon, which is great news. We cannot rule out that high sea levels could happen in the island of Iwoto and possibly in the coastal areas on the eastern side of Japan, but still the typhoon is going to remain quite far away from any kind of land, which is absolutely great news. And the wind shear levels, as you can see on the middle right side of the screen, the icon of Typhoon Neoguri, as you can see, there's practically under zero levels of wind shear, or very low levels of wind shear, which this is a sign of very favorable conditions of the storm. There's no wind shear that is going to impede or going to make a cutthroat stuff on the circulation of the system. So practically Neoguri is under really great wind shear levels for the storm, which it's going to make the storm increase on its intensity very quickly, as well the sea surface temperatures between 29 to 30 degrees Celsius overall, which is great as well. A very good fuel for the storm to intensify quite quickly. And basically the whole Western Pacific Basin, it's really hot, and so basically Neoguri has all the conditions on its favor, at least for the next 36 to 48 hours, when it's expected to become a significant typhoon. And according to the GFS model, Neoguri is going to have a peak intensity of 942 millibars. This is going to occur possibly on September 22nd, according to that model, and it's going to be the strongest typhoon of the season according to that model so far. So far this season has been really weak, very surprisingly weak, but still it's going to produce some interesting storms. And as you can see on those on that model, unfortunately on the left side, Ragasa intensifying as well, and expected to be a really high threat for the Philippines, Taiwan, and China as well. And the different models for Neoguri practically know when it's expecting to this typhoon becoming a category 4 or higher, but still anything could happen. The conditions are there, the conditions are extremely favorable for further development to sustain a really strong typhoon, category 3 expected for the next day at least. So we cannot rule out that rapid intensification could occur per the conditions are basically are really there for this typhoon, so we cannot rule out that. The wind shear levels are expected to remain quite low, a little bit of increase in the next hours, but really not a significant threat for the typhoon until it progresses to the north and then to the northeast, when naturally the wind shear levels increases as the storm also moves to higher latitudes. The sea surface temperatures on this graphic, as you can see, the future of the storm very highly favorable for the next 36 hours before it starts to worsen the conditions in the atmosphere and in the water as well. The humidity is expected to remain quite stable but low, between 55 to 60% of humidity, not that high but also not that low. But some dry air intrusion could occur as well right now for this storm. And well, those imagery floaters of Typhoon Neoguri, you can have a look at them at www.force-13.com. This is our website, so please visit it to stay updated with the conditions of every storm, to every kind of storm that is active right now on the tropics. So we have more tools to on features, of course, that you can visit and try at our website, so please stay tuned with that. So far right now, this is the update of Typhoon Neoguri, and of course stay updated with more content in the channel, because we are going to have updates of Typhoon Ragasa as well, as it's going to remain a quite high threat, so please stay tuned with that. And well, that's all for today's update.
Become an Ultimate Fan today.